I agree. 100%. I like Kape, but watch out. Okay. Kape likes to slang that F word around. You don't know what F word I'm talking about. I ain't going to say it on here. But he likes to sling that thing around quite a bit. Look.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts with the most. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy JP, and we are super stoked to be back with you for yet another weekend of fights. But before we dive into today's episode, we just want to give a quick shout out to you guys as our current viewers, our current subscribers, and even our non-subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel every single week. If you aren't subscribed, smack that subscribe button. It means more than you guys even know, and it helps support the channel. And support is always a good thing. Without further ado, JP, how are you feeling about last weekend? I know we had an absolute banger of a UFC fight night, one that we haven't seen probably for a very long time.
Yeah, it was kind of nuts. What was it like? I want to say like the fifth fight up the card was the first fight to go like all 3 rounds to go the distance, which is kind of crazy. Kind of a dud in the main event. I mean, I guess it is what it is. We see eye pokes all the time, but I mean, I could say I'm legally blind, barely. But yeah, man, hit a lock. Sweat that one out. I mean, you could say we made weight. We sweat so much. Jesus Christ. Didn't hit the juicer. We were close. But the basic, call it the triple KO, if you will. All 3 guys on your basic slumped the other guy. So that was entertaining. But yeah, it was pretty good. Overall, out in Seattle, it was a nice little card.
Yeah, it sure was. One of the first fight nights with the old gloves back in full effect, utilizing those. We saw a lot of action, a lot of bloods, but a lot of bloods. We saw a lot of gangsters in the crowd, all right? Hey, Seattle's known for their gang activity. No, we saw a lot of blood, but we also did see some eye pokes as well. So that was always the argument with the old gloves. The new gloves still didn't really change it all that much. It just was unfortunate. But hey, I'll take one guy getting poked in the eye for a night full of KOs and entertainment throughout. It was beautiful to watch.
Facts. Real quick before we continue, do you think that he was trying to find a way out, possibly? Or do you think it was serious?
It's debatable. Obviously, we aren't Henry Cejudo, so we don't truly know what's going on with his body, if he is able to see, if he's not able to see. By the way he was acting, I think he was looking for a way out. I get it was a veteran move to take all 5 minutes, after the infraction. But then to fight through the rest of the round and then all of a sudden on the stool decide that you can't see any longer, that was a little interesting. I feel like he should have stated that when the infraction occurred and he was taking that full 5 minutes like, hey, I can't see right now. Have a doctor come in, because all that came after they finished the 3rd round. So that was very interesting to me.
Yeah, because he acted like when the scorecards were read, he acted like he was kind of surprised. I felt like he expected to win 2-1 or something like that. So
yeah.
I don't know. It was weird. That was just weird. Never seen that before.
That was strange. It certainly was strange. But this weekend, we have an exciting fight card for you guys out in the Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm super excited for it. JP, I know that means we're working with the small cage, and JP loves small things. So I know he's excited. I'm excited for it too. Why don't you give the people the first fight of the night?
First fight in the small cage, a small guy. But he doesn't have small power. He's got big power. Okay. Ramazan Temirov versus Charles Johnson.
Yeah, this is a great first fight of the card. I'd honestly prefer it further up in the card. Hell, you can make an argument this could be the co-main. And we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. However, it's the first fight on the card. Both these guys do have KO power, so that's always exciting. I'm looking forward to see how Charles Johnson's able to deal with Temirov's power. He's a much shorter fighter. He will be pressing forward with a lot of aggression, swinging heavy. That's the one thing that this guy does. He puts every single thing that he has in his body into every single one of his punches. And it has worked time and time again. If you look at his record, first round KO, first round KO, first round KO, that's all this guy does because he swings so hard. But JP, I'm not going to lie, that worries me in this matchup. Charles Johnson, very smart, very high IQ, very skilled fighter. He's been around the game for a long time. He's fought some of the top guys in this division. What might happen if this fight goes to round 2 or even round 3? Is Temirov still going to have the gas tank and the power to put the lights out Charles Johnson? I don't think so. I really don't. And so for that, I'm picking Charles Johnson to find a win in this matchup, even though Temirov has this KO power. I don't think it's going to be able to happen like it's happened in the past. I don't think he's going to be able to knock out Charles Johnson in the first round. And I think Charles Johnson wins it probably in round 2 or round 3.
Wow. Interesting, man. I know this is a third time we've seen Charles fight. I know you haven't been on his side for the most part. Interesting. Yeah.
JP, is that a bango? Is that a bingo for you?
Yeah, it's a bango for me. I'll back you, bro. Bingo, bango. We're both going Charles. Dog, money. I'm surprised you're going Charles. That's wow. I mean, no, Temirov. Yeah, he hits hard as shit. We both like Temirov. He's cool. I like KO power. We love to see that. Go out and knock somebody the fuck out. Okay. But yeah, I mean, you hit on it perfectly. I don't care who you are. Okay. You can hit as hard as you want. You can be a nasty striker. Does not matter, bro. If you throw like he does and you put everything into these shots, you will gas out if the fight goes long. There's no fucking way you don't. And if there's a person that doesn't, I have yet to see them. Because when you're throwing this hard, trying to take somebody's head off, and Charles has got great movement. Great movement. Good kicks. Lateral movement. I also think Charles is going to be better on the ground. So a little bingo bango action. I'll back you. Watch out for a sneaky sub prop. Just saying. There's a chance. But Charles Johnson, dog money, baby.
Dog money to start us off. And you're right. He is very skilled on the ground as well. And Temirov, he's never had to go to the ground. He has shown us nothing in terms of grappling inside the UFC. And so that would be very intriguing. And especially if that gas tank has been worn out, if the muscles are just filled with acid, what will he have for Charles Johnson? Charles Johnson's been there, has done that. Temirov hasn't. Yeah, the KO power is there. Maybe hedge a first round KO from Temirov. If it makes it out of the first, I'm rocking Charles Johnson, man.
I feel like the line for first round KO too is just gonna be kind of cheeks too, since he does that to everybody.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, moving up the card, we have Montana De La Rosa taking on Luana Carolina.
I'm not gonna waste any time. Literally no time. Carolina throws a little bit harder conviction. Give me Luana Carolina.
Yeah.
Bingo bango?
Bango.
Yeah.
Bango. Give me the bingo bango. I'm also taking Carolina. Montana loses to everybody. Like, go back to being a state. You know what I'm saying? Like, not a good UFC fighter.
Okay, this dude's watching Yellowstone too much, dude. Go back to being a state. Yeah, Cheeks fight. Cheeks fight. And there's another one coming up in 2 fights. Just as Cheeks. This one, interested to hear your thoughts. Lucas Almeida, Danny Silva.
Yeah, this one I think is going to be an interesting matchup. For me, Danny Silva, he's a young guy inside of the UFC. He's going to look to press forward. And then his opponent as well, Almeida, he has some experience in the UFC. He's got decent hands, good power. This is probably a fairly close matchup, if you ask me. I know Danny Silva's the pretty big favorite there. But I don't really see anything, JP, that I'm impressed with. I really am not impressed by his skill set. Yeah, he'll look to wrestle, he'll look to grapple, but at the same time, looking at the record of Lucas Almeida, the only one that was able to do that to him was Pat Sabatini. And Pat Sabatini, as we know, is a world-class grappler. And I don't think that's going to be Silva's game in this one. I think for the majority of the fight, it's going to stay standing. And to be honest, I like Almeida's hands a little bit better taking Lucas Almeida. And I know it's probably not a popular pick out there with the public, but I definitely think he finds a KO in this one. And listen, the one thing that really stuck out to me was his fight against Daniel Zellhuber. That was on the Contender Series. Both of them were fighting for UFC contract. The hands are there. Like Almeida can sling and bang. All right, I'm very high on Zellhuber. Lost the decision, but he had moments in that fight. I don't think Danny Silva's quite there yet, so picking Almeida. Bingo, bango.
No bongos, bro.
No bongles.
can't bingo bango it, man. I mean, I don't blame you for picking him. I mean, plus 160 right now for you, so your second dog of the night. Huh. I mean, it for sure is a close fight. I agree with you on that one. I personally like Silva's movement more. I like his lateral movement, side to side. I think he's faster. At least to my eye, he just looks faster. I will say, you're correct when saying Almeida's got hands. He does, and he's kind of long. I would say he's got the straighter shots between the two. I think. I don't even want to say that. I think Silva's got power. I just think Almeida's accurate. He's got straight shots and he's accurate, and that's a deadly combo. He can put people out. I don't know, man. I just like Silva's movement. I like his power. I think when it comes to it, Almeida is a black belt, but I think when it comes to it, if he does get pressed on the fence, because he doesn't necessarily walk people down, he'll kind of stay stationary a little bit. He's got decent footwork, but I just like how Silva pressures you and swings around the outside and does a little hop side to side. I just like his movement more. He could get put out. You might have a good dog call here. Personally, I'm going to go Silva. I think he's faster. I think sometimes Almeida leaves his chin up a little too much. He drops his right hand a little too much when we're in the pocket. Same thing could be said about Silva, though. Sometimes he stays in the pocket a little too long and that chin's sitting out there. I mean, we saw in that Kulabayev fight, which Kulabayev has a chin, first of all. Silva did crack that motherfucker several times. But Kulabayev caught him a couple times because he was in the pocket a little too long. So, we'll see. I think this fight for sure ends. Like, I don't think it goes the distance. I think someone's going to sleep. I guess we're just on the opposite sides of this one, but it'll be entertaining for sure. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah. And I think that goes to show, like, this fight truly is a coin flip. The odds don't really suggest that. However, I do think it just depends on who can land their shots. And
Nice.
if one of them finds a bigger shot than the other, they could put the lights out of the other guy, and that's the fight. So, yeah, we'll have to see. I know you think Silva's got a lot of skills. I think Almeida has better hands, and I guess we'll figure that question out on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting, man.
It will be
Two
interesting.
dogs
All right,
are
moving
ready
up the
for you.
card. Couple dogs. The dogs are out. The dogs are barking. Yeah, man. We're going to be rolling. All right, moving up the card. I know JP's favorite fighters are coming up here.
Holy shit.
Andrea Lee taking on JJ Aldrich.
Let's not waste any time. Andrea Lee's lost 5 in a row. Give me JJ Aldrich.
Bingo.
Bingo,
man.
bingo.
That's a bingo bango for me. Give me JJ Aldrich. Man, Andrea Lee's lost to everybody and their mother. I don't know what's going on with her. I have to take
13
JJ
and
Aldrich.
10. Like,
Yikers.
And if anybody out there is betting on either of these women's fights, give us a call. Okay? We'll talk to you. Yeah, help. All right? What's wrong, bro? We will talk to you, dude. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Waste of time.
Nope.
Oh, man. I'll line you up for this one, because this one is another one I don't like. So we'll see what you have to say. Douglas, is that his first name? Yeah, Douglas Silva de Andrade versus John Castaneda.
Yo, we got D Silva taking on the sexy Mexi.
Yeah, that was.
There we go.
That is pretty good. I like that nickname.
The sexy Mexi. I know you would. I know you would.
In the
JP got a
small
little bit of
cage?
sexy Mexi going on. Sexy Mexi in the small cage?
Oh.
Holy smokes. Yeah, this one, not a ton to be excited about, but I'll keep it short and sweet. I think the sexy Mexi's got a little bit more to offer me. I mean, he's 33.
What do you mean by that?
Andrade, he's been around. Hey, now. Andrade, he's 39. He's been around the sport for a while. He has some decent, names on his record, but nothing that he does impresses me very much. He's got okay check hooks here and there. He'll find moments, but I think Castaneda has a little bit more to offer. So I'm going John, Sexy Mexi, Castaneda. Bingo, bango.
Yeah, it's a bingo bango for me, brother. You know what's crazy is Silva de Andrade has been in the UFC since 2014.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
We were still in high school.
Still in high school, we were betting quarters on Chiefs Raiders games. And this man was fighting people in the UFC. That is nuts to think about to me. Dude's what, 39? I think he's almost 40.
Yep.
I mean, earlier in his career, he used to look good and he was decent because he's strong. He's got good defensive grappling and he's just wild. He'd throw wild shit. You wouldn't see it coming and he would knock people out and he would body people with his strength. You're almost 40? No shot. No shot. I know fade the 40s comes to bite me in the ass sometimes. There's no way you can keep that up. No way. And the same thing I said about Silva. I like Castaneda's movement more. He's got good lateral side-to-side movement, and I like that a lot more. I think De Andrade is just kind of slow now. I think he's slow. I think he kind of stands in one spot. It's not like he's going to walk Castaneda down. I think Castaneda will be quicker. Yeah. Bingo bango. Give me a Castaneda as well.
Very nice. All right, moving up the card, we've got Ricardo Ramos taking on Chepe Mariscal.
Chepe. I would throw Chepe in as a show favorite. No? Would you?
Yeah, he's definitely up there. And also, if we didn't talk about Gian Silva before,
Ugh.
let it be known he is one of the show favorites, if not the top dog
Yeah.
of the show
I
favorites.
fucking love that guy. Okay. Dude's crying when you introduce him. Okay. Crying in front of Bruce Buffer, getting all hyped up. Then he's barking at you. And then you smack him with an open hand. Dude high fives you. Hey, nice one. Hey, bink. And then starches your ass. Holy shit. Love everything about Jean Silva. Okay. Chepe. He's our boy too. We like Chepe. Chepe is not afraid to get dirty. Okay. This man will walk through the fire, take everything you have, and still be in your face, and still have high cardio. Still put it on you. Take you into deep waters is quite literally Chepe Mariscal's credo. I mean, he lives by it, you know. Ricardo Ramos. I mean, you might as well call him Andre Fili's cousin, because both of them like to stick their fucking necks in guillotines. Oh my freaking God. I'm still mad about that. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, bro. You're an idiot. I'm sorry. You're an idiot. And Ramos has done it multiple times. So Chepe, pull a guillotine. Okay? I'm not going to bet on a guy or pick a guy that has proven to us he has bad fight IQ. You got guillotined by Julian Rosa, which is quite literally Julian Rosa's only path to victory. Give me Chepe Mariscal. Bingo bango?
Yo, bango. Chepe's my dude, man. And he came on the scene for me whenever I was watching film on my boy Steve Garcia way back in the day, right when we first started the show. I said, man, who is this guy he's fighting in the LFA that's putting up one of his toughest fights ever? It was Chepe Mariscal. I said, all right, let me look and see where this dude's at in his career. He was making his UFC debut. He puts on a performance. All right, now he's 4-0 inside of the UFC. Absolutely kicking everybody's ass, and he's not stopping here with a guy, like JP said, low fight IQ, Ricardo Ramos. He's going to get guillotined. He sticks his neck in places it's not supposed to be stuck. All right. I'll just put it that way. And I think Chepe's skilled enough to not only find the guillotine, but probably finish him with the hands too, knock him out, whatever he wants to do. He's that good. He's that good. And that's what we've been trying to tell people about our boy Chepe. So I'm also rocking with Chepe Mariscal to get it done.
And Ramos has been shown to gas. And one thing that Jp, he'll slow down a tiny bit, but he will just keep saying in your face, dude. He's tough to fight. You got to put him away, and he is hard to put away. I'm very excited I don't have to go first on this one. Very excited to hear your thoughts about this. Danny Barlow. Danny Barlow, the return of Mr. Barlow versus Sam Patterson.
The left hand to God taking on the future. And JP knows a little bit about this fight because he knows I actually like both of these fighters a lot. Danny Barlow, he's got a great left hand straight down the pipe. He throws it, fires it like a piston. These left-handed guys that just keep that thing cocked and loaded and then just fire one off right on the chin, fall in love with, man. Steve Garcia. I just talked about him. I talk about him in every episode. He hasn't fought in like 6 months. All right. Danny Barlow is one of those guys, and its nickname is Left Hand to God. That thing was blessed from the heavens above. And I think it finds the chin of Sam Patterson on Saturday. Sam Patterson is very, very skilled. He can grapple a little bit. He finds some sneaky submissions. In this weight class, normally he's very long-limbed. Danny Barlow, also a very tall guy for this division. He's going to be 6'2". Sam Patterson is 6'3". Danny Barlow carries the power advantage. Sam Patterson has been chinned before, and I think we see a repeat of that. Give me Danny Barlow, and give me Danny Barlow by KO. Now, yes, I did make that call the last time he was out there fighting, but I think he broke his hand or something. There was some stuff going on. Ended up winning by decision. We live with that. I think he gets back in that KO column this weekend. Bingo. Bingo. You got an interesting look on your face there, my friend.
That's my constipated look when I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm just. Do I bango it? Do I go bingo bango? I don't know. Okay, because you touched on it. Varatinikov is who he fought. And we just saw Paige Van Zandt's husband whip his ass. Broke his hand. Broke his left hand. One from God. He's done that twice now. Broke his left hand twice now. I mean, you break your left hand. That's your nickname. What else do we have? It's like it's like being called Bazooka Bob, and then Bob's bazooka breaks. What are you gonna do now, Bob? You got no more Zuka.
Just turn into Bob the Builder at that point.
He's gonna be like Fortnite, start building 1x1s and trying to run away. So I don't know. Okay, I think Sam's better at the grappling. I don't think Barlow's a pushover. I think if Sam gets him to the ground, we might be in trouble. Sam's a black belt. Okay? I like Sam as well. But yes, his chin is way up in the air. He's a tall, lanky guy. He will drop his hands when he throws. He does it all the time. Barlow showed early in the Varatinikov fight, before he broke his hand, he's got great timing and great speed, and he'll kind of be like a snake. He'll sit there and just kind of coil up and just move in front of you, and you'll throw maybe a 1-2, and he'll slip, and then boom, he'll explode like hard, and that left hand will come straight out, dude. It's like a piston, basically, and it's quick. Hits you right on the chin. So I do like Barlow. I like Barlow a lot. I locked him against Varatinikov, and you can ask Brevin. I was very upset at his performance. I don't know. I'll bingo bango it. I'll go bingo bango. I'll back Danny Barlow. Don't be surprised if he gets taken down and Patterson hits a sub. I will be sprinkling Patterson sub. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, there will be a sprinkle on the Sam Patterson sub prop. Yeah. I mean, the guy is so skilled. He is. And I really wish they weren't fighting each other because I'd be rocking that Sam Patterson all day long. But Danny Barlow, man, he just has something about him. Some of these guys, when they touch you, you just fall over. And he's one of those dudes. We saw it last weekend, with Amir, Rob Duel, whatever his name is, man. The guy that almost got
Amir.
Abdul Amir Amir Abdullah. We saw it with
Amir
Amir Abdullah last
Abdullah.
weekend.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, I think Danny Barlow is one of those guys.
Yeah, man.
All
It'll
right.
be good.
Moving up the card, we got the Frenchman William Gomis taking on the young American hider Amil.
All right. Before I get into my spiel about who I'm picking, Mr. Moser, do you remember the last time we saw William Gomis in the cage?
Do I remember the last time that we saw him in the cage? Let's see, it's September 28th. What were we doing September 28th, man?
Um, we were watching fights. We weren't together, but go ahead and look at who he was fighting, and it might jog your memory.
Joe Anderson Burrito.
You don't remember?
It's not coming to me.
You don't
Yeah.
remember? This
No.
far and away, is the one robbery that had Mr. Moser hot, dude. Do you remember it now?
Yeah. Because I picked Burrito, right?
Yes, we both
Yeah.
did. So, if you guys go back and watch this fight, Gomis and Brito, last time we saw him in the cage, it was a decent fight, good fight, close fight. Brito clearly won the fight, and they gave it to Gomis.
Were we in France?
I think so.
Yeah, that's them.
This was like one of the very first robberies we had on the channel as starting the channel, and we were not happy. We were not happy.
It's coming back to me.
And if you guys go to our TikTok, scroll down to TikTok a little bit, Brevin's drinking I think it was like a cherry truly or something.
Ask me how I feel about these cherry trulies. Anyways, did anyone see the complete robbery from Joe Anderson Brito on Saturday? My God, that was terrible.
He made a TikTok about it, but
dumped it in the sink.
Yeah. You should have seen me today when I was doing my research. I started laughing because I remembered that. But yeah, massive robbery against Burrito, and Brevin was not happy. With that being said, Hyder Amil. I can't even call him technical. Hyder Amil is I feel like the definition of a brawler. Okay, he's got a lot of power, but he will drop his hands and do that side to side, just swing over the top, drop his head. If he cracks you, you're going to bed. Okay, but again, same thing that we said earlier about the first fight. He puts everything into his shots. If you survive, take him into deep waters. What happens? For one, for two, he's like what, 35? Is he?
Yeah. 34.
34, almost 35. And he's 10-0 at 35. Gomis is younger, and Gomis is 14-2. I personally like Brito a lot. Granted, I think he got robbed, but Gomis did put up a good fight against Brito. I think Gomis can have success on the ground here. I think he's technical enough. I don't like the brawling style. I do not. Same thing as Duplessis. His striking's fucking trash. Somebody needs to expose him. Duplessis is just high level. Hyder Amil is not high level. He needs to be exposed. I hate that brawling style. I'm not gonna pick it. It's too much of a coin toss. It just is to me. And I think he's a one-trick pony. So give me William Gomis.
Bingo, bango, baby. I think Gomis gets it done, and JP's talking about Amil getting exposed. Well, the one thing that is exposed is his chin. He'll blitz in, he'll throw his looping hooks, but he'd never touch his chin. He's not defending his face from punches at all. I think Gomis finds the home for his hands right on that little chiseled chin of Amil. No homo. I'm just saying, you can be a jack little 35-year-old little munchkin running around at 5'9", 145, and I think you get KO'd on Saturday. Give me William Gomis. I think he gets done. Right the wrongs, brother. You got a split decision steal over my boy Brito, okay? Stole that from me. but it's made me want to keep going stronger, not getting screwed over by the judges. I think this guy single-handedly inspired like all of my TikToks, especially about the judges, and he inspired one of the most popular TikToks I ever made. At least it did really well on the YouTube Shorts as well. So give me William Gomis. Come on, brother.
Saying that, well, I know we already talked about the Ramos fight, Ricardo Ramos. Gomis robbed us against Brito. Ramos robbed us against Culibao. Do you remember that one?
I do remember that one.
Yeah. So two fighters on this card
that was a
fucked us.
big robbery.
Yes.
Culibao, I do actually remember quite well.
And now that was the one where I had my crash out for sure, dude. So yeah, two fighters on this card that I mean, never mind. Never mind. Anyways, moving up the card. Excited for this one. Another debut. Year of the debuts, man. Early in the year, all these cards have had nothing but prospects and debuts. Some have gone well. Hopefully this one does. Austin Lane versus Mario Pinto.
Yeah, before I jump into this one, I just want to say, JP, you have one of the strangest minds that I've ever come to know. I mean, this guy thinks about all kinds of things that could instantly get us canceled, but he does a really good job of just preventing himself from saying these things on the show. I don't know what's wrong with the guy. Let's find him help, but let's applaud him real quick for not ruining our entire channel by saying what. Yeah, he's got something going on. All right, stud football player. All right. All right, we got Austin Lane going up against Pinto Bean. Now we saw Austin Lane retire the sponge from the UFC, get him cut. He came out, wrestled heavy. He's big for, this matchup. Pinto, a little bit smaller of a heavyweight. He still stands at 6'5", but he's going to be a little bit lighter, not have as much weight on his belly. And I think that does come into play a little bit when they're wrestling and holding each other up against the fence. So I think Austin Lane has a little bit of an advantage there, but we've seen one thing time in and time out, and that's Austin Lane will get touched and Austin Lane will get dropped. And I think that's the story of this fight. So I'm taking the Pinto Bean. Give me Mario and Mario Pinto to get it done on Saturday via KO. I think he knocks him out. Bingo bango?
Yeah, bingo bango for sure, brother. Mario, Luigi, let's go get those stars. Let's go save Princess Peach, okay? Fucking Yahoo! Yeah, Austin Lane. I mean, we were glad that well, I don't know if we were glad. I think we picked Robelis, but hindsight, I'm glad that we got that bum out of the UFC. Yep. But yeah, Austin Lane's chinny for sure. I like Pinto a lot. And any heavyweight that can come up right now that's got good striking that isn't stupidly obese, sign me up. Okay? Pinto, another thing about his striking that I love is he's not going to rush it. He's very calculated. He will take his time. He'll parry everything, take his time, set it up. His Contender Series, he had a beautiful check hook stumble. He dropped the guy, is what I'm trying to say. But he took his time, didn't rush it. The guy was all spazzy, moving, stuff like that. Austin Lane, 2 fights with Brevin's best friend, Justin Tafa. And Tafa slumped him. Okay? One of them, I think, I poked Tafa or something. I don't know. But then they...
Good. Thank you.
They ran it back, and Tafa slumped him. If Tafa can slump you, I think this
Lucky
Pinto
punch.
I mean, Tafa got lucky, sure.
Lucky punch.
But I think Pinto 1000% has the ability to sleep Austin Lane, and call me biased because I want to see it, sure. But yeah, bingo bango, give me Pinto as well.
There we go. All right, moving up the card, we have the Rat, Nasrat Haqparast taking on the Bon, Esteban Ribovics, El Gringo.
El Gringo. You know what that means?
I think it's white boy.
Yeah, technically.
That's what I get called, and then they follow it up with a few other words that I don't know what they mean.
Do you remember what they were?
No, Just a lot of slurs
No.
coming my way, buddy.
Yeah, maybe it's best that we don't say it on here.
Yeah.
Esteban Ribovics. I like Esteban. He's got good striking. He's got that I don't know what to even call it or how to describe it, but he's got that good side to side movement. He's very disciplined with whatever hand's not at home, the other one's right there. The other one's right up by his head. Not like Sam Patterson, where once he starts to unload them, they start to drop farther and farther. Nazarat, aka Kelvin Gastelum's doppelganger. He's all right. He's got a good left hand. He's been in the UFC for a while. I don't know. He's one of those guys that me and Brevin say all the time, this guy doesn't impress me. He's one of those guys for me. We've seen him fight. He's decent. I'm not going to call him trash. He's been around for a while, so obviously he's got some skill. I just think we've seen what he has to offer, and I can't see him going up the tiers when I think Ribovics is still a prospect, still up and coming. I think he's going to be better. I think he is better. I think he just puts it together more. I think he wins. So give me Esteban Ribovics.
There we go. Yeah, man. Ribovics and Zellhuber put on the fight of the night at the Sphere. Let's not forget, these guys were slanging and banging. I talked about Zellhuber earlier, and which is why I picked Lucas Almeida. I'm very high on him. Another guy that I'm very high on is Ribovics. That's Rat. He's my boy. I've picked the Rat in the past, a little squeaker action, but it's just not impressive, JP. So, and I forgot to say it. Bingo bango for me, brother. I mean, I am taking Ribovics in this one. I think he's got the much better hands. And JP says, yeah, he rolls with the punches. He does have a nice little Philly shell. He utilizes his shoulder as well to block punches, roll with them. And then he has pistons for his hands as well. And yeah, you did allude to it. Rat has the left hand. And I do say I like guys that throw the left hand, but he doesn't throw it in the manner that I'm talking about. I mean, it's really his only weapon. And if you can't exchange it out with some kicks and some takedowns and all that, people are going to be prepared for it. They're going to see it coming. And I just think Ribovics is much more skilled. Probably finds a KO. Give me Esteban Ribovics. Give me Esteban Ribovics by KO. The other thing, too, is we did see a little bit of gas tank issues from the Rat in his last time out. He's a little bit chunky for this weight division, I must add. Little Kelvin Gastelum-esque.
I mean, does he not look exactly like him, bro?
They do. They could be brothers.
Oh my god, they look the exact same. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, where is he from? What is that flag?
I think Iraq.
Afghanistan.
No, Afghanistan. Yeah, that's what it is.
Interesting. And then Pinto is from Portugal. Oh, interesting.
The more you learn.
The more you know, the more you learn. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can't come on here and say you didn't learn nothing. All right.
That's true.
This a UFC show or is this history class? Who knows?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. All right. Unless we get robbed, and then we're pissed. Anyways. Holy shit. This is what we're talking about. Okay. How do we have Charles Johnson on the first fight of the night and this as our co-main? This is I'm not going to curse. This fight sucks. I'm over it. Cody Brundage, Julian Marquez.
Yeah, dude, let's take a look at this one. Marquez, he's the favorite in this one, and he's lost 3 in a row. JP, he's been knocked out. He's the favorite, and he's been knocked out in his last 3 fights. 1 in 2022, 1 in 2023, and 1 for 2024. And now he's fighting in 2025 as the favorite. Yeah, right. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Give me Cody Brundage, the underdog. Yeah, he has his shares of losses and troubles as well, but I'm taking this value all day long. He's been the active fighter. He's fought top-tier competition like Bo Nickel. I'm sorry, this Cuban Missile Crisis bullshit has got to go. You've done nothing in the past 3 years, my friend. It's time to hang him up. Give me Cody Brundage. And if it doesn't change, JP, I'd be shocked. But I guarantee by the time Saturday rolls around, that line is going to switch. I mean, there's no way that Cody Brundage, for me, should be the underdog. Bingo. Bingo.
Give me Julian Marquez to get slumped. He's ass. Bingo, bango.
Let's go.
This fight sucks. This fight fucking sucks. That I wasn't gonna curse, and I ruined it already. All right, what's my word worth? Nothing, apparently. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna sit here and pick a guy that's been, like Brevin said, knocked out in his last 3 fights. I think he hangs him up. I think that's it. I mean, Brundage, last time he fought looking for a way out against Abdul Razak. Weird, crazy, similar names there. But like one guy's 10-6. Oh, that sucks. What's the other guy? 9-5. Not much better. But yeah, cheeks all the way. I wasn't gonna touch this fight, but I did not know Cody Brundage was a dog.
Might get touched.
Oh, it's getting touched. You can call me that little. You can call me Nemo, because I'm touching the butt. Okay.
There's a lot of things that you could have said there. I'm glad you went with Nemo. Yeah, I agree, man. Dog money for Cody Brundage. Let's rock with it. I think he's probably better. I mean, I don't really see anything that I like from Julian Marquez. All right, moving up to the main event. Hopefully that's a decent fight. Hopefully there's blood. Maybe someone breaks a nose. I don't know. But for that being the co-main, there better be some fireworks. The main event of the evening, we have Manel up taking on Ass University, Asu Almabayev.
This was a tough one for me. Really was. I like Kape, first of all. His movement and his speed, the way he mixes it up. The way he looked, who was it? Against was it Felipe that he fought? Bruno Silva, that's who it was. Against Bruno Silva, dude was 1000% in flow state. Looked disgusting. He was just, his confidence was at an all-time high. I think at one point he was on a knee pretending to dribble a basketball or some shit. Looked great against Bruno Silva. The Mokaev fight was what it was, but he didn't get finished. And I don't care if Mokaev's in the UFC or not in the UFC. Mokaev is a damn good grappler. Ain't nobody gonna convince me that he's not. Asu is also a good grappler. Okay? Pretty decent grappler. Sue me. I think, and it's been very weird since we started this channel to learn and watch these fights. I don't know if you can hear my dogs. They're going nuts again. I think John Jones is breaking in again. Who knows? Actually, he's not breaking in because he's out on fucking Instagram Live going nuts. If you haven't seen it, look it up. I think Asu just wrestles too much, dude. I think sometimes he can over wrestle. And like, I don't know. It's been interesting to see, like I was saying, learning wrestling, grappling. If they're a high-level wrestler, how that translates to MMA grappling. If they didn't start wrestling and they went straight to MMA grappling, whatever it is, it's just been weird. And I think Almabayev sometimes wrestles too much. I don't think he does enough with it sometimes. On the feet, clear as day, Manel Kape. He's way faster, way more accurate. If Mokaev couldn't submit him, I can't see Asu climbing him like a tree and choking him out and submitting him. Sue me, if he does, I'd be shocked. If he ragdolled him, I quite literally would be shocked. Give me Manel Kape, man. I think Kape's good. I think he's on a tear right now. Give me Kape.
Bingo. Bango. I'm a mother star boy. Yeah, Manel Kape. That's his nickname, the Star Boy. I've been a fan of Manel Kape for a very, very long time. This dude is up and coming. He's fought top-level competition for years when he was in Ryzen. Now he's in the UFC Granted, he's 5-3, but he's fought top level opponents. The Makayev fight, it was what it was, but you know what it really was great experience. And so I think for a guy like Asu coming in, he's going to look to wrestle. What a perfect fight to have before that with the Makayev fight. Then he goes out against Bruno Silva, and he looks phenomenal. He was toying with him the whole time. This guy, he was supposed to fight Brandon Royval, get a win there, and then he's probably fighting for the belt. Brandon Royval gets injured. They have to replace it now with Almabayev, who granted is undefeated inside of the UFC, but if you look at his competition level, it just hasn't been impressive, JP. And like, yeah, last 3 fights, unanimous decisions. Cool. Couple fights before that, you're fighting Ode Osborne, who's honestly just kind of a can at this point. And then there's a bunch of no names before that. And now you're in a fight with Manel Kape that would probably push you to the upper echelon of the division. I don't love it as a fan of Almabayev. I've always been a fan of Almabayev, probably because they've been feeding him cans. I think Manel Kape gets it done, and I don't necessarily know if it's very close.
I mean, on the feet, I don't think it is.
And Asu, he's shown that some guys, some opponents give him problems landing his wrestling, landing his takedowns.
Jose Johnson did.
Exactly. So if it stays standing, watch out, the stars will be out.
I agree. 100%. I like Kape, but watch out. Okay. Kape likes to slang that F word around. You don't know what F word I'm talking about. I ain't going to say it on here. But he likes to sling that thing around quite a bit. Look it up.
You're wild, man. You're wild. That's why you like all these guys, is because they say very inappropriate things that really shouldn't be said to the general public. But hey, they're UFC fighters. What are you going to do? Go up and punch them?
Funny to watch.
I don't think so. I don't think so. All right. That does it for the card, but that doesn't do it for the show. Don't go anywhere. We have your free fight parlays coming for you. Free picks, baby. Let's jump into it with Locked Door MMA's lock of the night. JP, who you locking up, brother?
Who am I locking up? I had a couple that I was possibly going to go with for this card, and I had one. Pretty risky, but I didn't go with it because a lock is a lock, and sometimes you got to go into deep water for a lock. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? The guy who's best at doing it, who broke somebody's arm. Okay, I don't know if we saw that one on the channel or not, but broke somebody's arm, snapped his arm. Gimme Chepe Mariscal. Okay, deep waters, not deep waters. Ramos has dog shit fight IQ. Gimme Chepe.
Chepe it is for JP, and for my lock of the week, give me the guy that I think is going to be the much better striker in this matchup. Esteban Ribovics. I think he gets it done. Put those two together, and you can't go wrong.
You got the odds for that right now?
I don't right now. Let me pull it up for you, for the folks.
I got a sneaky suspicion that's close to plus money.
It's got to be decent. Come on, load, load, load.
Yeah, I don't know if you could hear it that entire time, but my dogs were going absolutely nuts.
They were yapping like their father. That's what they were doing.
Yeesh. John Jones is sitting at my door just banging on it, drunk as always.
Right now, that puts us at minus 141 for the lock.
Oh, close.
So close, so close. All right, let's move on to Brevin's basic. Starting with my lock, Esteban Ribovics. He's getting it done. Adding in JP's lock, Chepe Mariscal. He's getting it done. And the risky pick that is still going to get it done. Give me the Pinto Bean. He is going to find a KO against Austin Lane.
Love it. Love it. The Pinto Bean. The big boy.
The big bean.
Do you think? Now, last week, you swept the basic with all knockouts. Think it happens again?
With Ribovics and Pinto? Yes. Chepe? Watch out for that guillotine, baby. Watch out for that gilly getting locked up tight.
Facts. Yeah, that's... Knowing Ricardo, he'll stick his head in there. You know where I'm sticking my head? In the juicer. Shut up and sit down, okay? This is a juiced one this weekend, okay? I like this one a lot. It was different. You guys might have known the fight that I changed it on because I didn't realize that guy was a dog. So we threw him in there to start off the juicer. Don't know why it's the first fight of the night, but it is, and it's dog money. Give me Charles Johnson. I bet on Charles Johnson multiple times. We've hit multiple times. He's dog value again. Throw Charles Johnson in there. Next one. Brevin said it. I said it. 50-50 fight. We might be on opposite sides of the fence. Either way, someone's getting slumped. Okay? Give me Danny Silva. Throw him in there. Next one. Jp. Lock for a reason. We love Jp. Throw him in there. This one might be the one that we have to sweat out. Okay? Left-handed God. Danny Barlow. Throw him in there. All right? But if you're going to hedge, honestly, you could hedge Sam Patterson money line. It's already plus money. Or hedge Sam Patterson by submission because that is the way that Sam wins. Sam won't win this. If it goes to scorecards, he will win on the ground. But throw Danny Barlow in there. Okay? Next one, like Brevin said, da Pinto Bean, the big boy. Austin Lane's chinny. Pinto Bean's got phenomenal striking. Throw him in there. And the last one, who was changed. Originally someone else. Didn't realize this guy was a dog. Wasn't going to bet on it. But since he is a dog, it's the juicer for a reason. Throw the other dog in there. Cody Brundage.
Yeah, buddy.
Only because he's a dog. Otherwise, I hate that fight. Throw him in there. Right now, we're sitting at plus 1,300. And Brevin, I'm not gonna lie. I feel pretty good about this one. I think it hits.
I feel good about it as well. Hell, I feel good about all of our picks. Yeah, we picked opposite on some, but that just goes to show how close these fights truly will be. The rest of them that JP and I aligned on, I feel very, very confident that that guy's going to be the winner. Or girl, we've got a few women's fights in here. Now, hey, they ain't the best ones, but it is what it is. It's UFC at the end of the day. It makes us happy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Hey, if you made it this far, we forgot to mention we'll be coming out with more information throughout the course of the week, like we always do with your daily content, but we will be live streaming this weekend. So make sure to tune into the live, say what's up, say hello, check in with your boys. We appreciate the support. As always, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Free to do. Makes us happy. We've lost some subscribers. I will say that. So I'm not begging for subscribers out here, but just don't be one of those people that subscribes just to unsubscribe because it drives JP and I crazy. And third and finally, thank you. As always, keep your head up out there. Keep working hard. Good things will happen. JP, I'll hand it over to you.
Hey, don't forget. Okay, 2 weekends ago, we were off by one fight from sweeping the betting slate, okay? RoboCop broke our hearts. But hey, we're still locked in, baby. We are locked in at Locked Door MMA. Brevin said smash that like button, okay? Subscribe, drop a comment. JP's yapping too much. I like Brevin's hair. Can't see it, but you still like it. Drop anything, all right? Help us beat that algorithm's ass, okay? Like he said, first live stream, first watch along this weekend, man. Come join it. Watch the fights with us. Hang out with the vibes. You know, you get to watch our reaction. Maybe somebody will get robbed and you'll see a crash out. Okay, maybe I'll break my monitor. Who knows?
He really might.
Anything could happen. Anything could happen at this point. Another weekend, another beautiful UFC card. As always, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby. Peace.